Hey.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome back, Misfits, and welcome back to a new episode. Today, we're doing something different.
A little different.
Yes, we are. So today we're having a conversation just, you know, how Yadi and I have conversations, but we're asking ourselves different questions. So we're using a question stack from the Daily Grace Co. that we love so much. Mm-hmm. And it's called the Conversation Cards for Bible Study. So we bought this question pack. We haven't looked at it, and we're just going to ask each other questions and see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then feel free to, if you like them, feel free to buy a pack yourself and try it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right. First question. What is your favorite fruit?
Fruit?
Yes.
Pineapple.
Nice.
Pineapple is my favorite. Although pineapple is mean because it eats you back. Right? So if you have too much,
yes,
it eats you. But I love it anyway. So.
Oh. All right. I'm going to go with banana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very versatile.
Yeah.
I mean, second is probably banana just because you can put it on almost anything.
It's great.
It's a good snack. Goes in cereal.
Yes.
Smoothies.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. I got you.
Okay. That was a lighthearted question. These cards have lighthearted questions and deep-hearted questions. The deep-hearted question is, which fruit of the spirit would you like to see more of in your life?
Wow. Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
First, we need to list the fruits of the spirit.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember them.
I'm going to go with patience.
But I feel like patience. I feel like I'm a pretty patient person.
Yeah.
So I don't think I can go with that one.
What is it? Patience, joy.
I should probably know them.
Yeah, probably. All right, here we go. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, generosity, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control.
Oh, man. Well, all the other ones. I'll go with gentleness.
Gentleness.
Yeah.
All right. Her choice is gentleness.
I'll go with, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with patience. Still patience.
Yeah.
Just because I'm kind of an impatient person.
We can use patience all the time.
Yeah.
We can always improve that.
Yeah, I think that's because of the task orientation, the to-do list thing. It's like, oh, let's do this. I'm like, but I could be doing all these other things.
Yeah. Or like, let's get to the next one. And, getting
patience.
anxious about it.
For sure.
All right. That's a good answer.
Yep.
All right. This is a rather odd one, I guess. But what is the one movie you can quote the most?
Ooh, wow. I'm going to go with my default answer, The Sound of Music.
Interesting. I don't have one that I can quote like a ton, but I guess I'd say Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah.
A lot of good like little nuggets.
Definitely.
I know. So I'll go with that one.
Cool.
What is one Bible study resource, book, podcast, or sermon that you would recommend to everyone?
Oh, wow. I think I would recommend, just to learn more about the Bible specifically, it's a very teachy podcast. I would recommend The Bible Project. It's really good.
Yes, that is a very good one.
And the Bible study that I would recommend would be, what's it called? It's like, I don't know. I'll link it. It's like reading the Bible in 365 days, but it's a Bible study that's specifically for women. And it gives you the, assigned readings for the week. And then it has like 2 pages of a summary of what you read that day. But it's all like specifically for women and what women go through. So it was great. That's how I read the entire Bible, was with that book. And I'll link it below because I don't remember what it's called.
Okay. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'll kind of piggyback on that because I also have the 365 Read Your Bible, but it's by the D Group, Bible Recap. That's a really good one. You can do like a physical one, like they have a website where you can download it like a PDF and do it, but they also have it on like the YouVersion app, and they have a podcast that's associated with it. Yeah. So I like that one. Because you kind of get both. You do the reading, but then you also have like a 5 to 10 minute podcast that kind of breaks it down a little bit more. And then they always have resources online. So I'd say the Bible Recap. And I'll also link it. We'll link that one as well.
Yeah,
that's a good resource. Yeah.
Cool.
And of course, Daily Grace.
Yes.
They have
the Daily Grace Co. And then listen to the Midtown Misfits. They got some good stuff.
Yeah, that's a good podcast to listen to. I've heard they're pretty all right.
All right. If you were stranded on an island, what 3 items would you want with you?
Oh, man. I never know how to answer this question.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what are the resources at the island?
Right. Yeah.
Because I'm like,
Is
water.
Is it a vacation destination or, you know?
Let's see. I guess, what would I take? Probably like a utility knife. Seems like that would be practical. Mm-hmm. Maybe some sort of tarp
Yeah.
for shelter
Yeah.
coverage, sun, rain, whatever. And I'm going a little biblical and like take a Bible, you know.
Yeah.
Something to read. It's got drama, it's got comedy, it's got history.
Yeah.
Slow everything. So I'll just sneak that in.
All right. I'm gonna go with the tarp. Tarp is handy, super handy. I'm gonna go with some sort of fire mechanism, matches, or some sort of, I don't know, Bear Grylls fire starter thingy. And what else? Can it be anything?
I guess it could be anything.
I guess. I don't know. This is a weird question. My phone.
But how will you charge it?
Well, maybe I can. Maybe it has one. Like maybe I just got stranded and it still has battery, right? And it's not. It's water resistant, so maybe I can make one call when I
or like use it as a flashlight or
maybe something. You know?
Okay, I can see that.
Because I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, it's a hard one, right? I always feel like that one's like you need to give me more context.
Yep. All right, so this is so funny because it really has nothing to do with... So that was a lighthearted question. The deep-hearted conversation question is, how have you seen God's faithfulness in your life the past year? Whoa.
Not have to do with...
These questions are giving me whiplash.
I guess, like, if you're on an island, like, are you relying on God? Is that your faithfulness?
Yeah,
so, like,
exactly.
Bring it around?
Yeah. Like, the answer should have been, I don't need anything because I have God.
He will provide everything. God, give me manna from heaven.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. Well, I think we failed.
Wherever you're like, a knife, a tarp.
Oh, my gosh.
Trying to be practical and like, nope, how to be spiritual.
All you need is God.
Okay, how have I seen God's faithfulness? Just giving me strength. I think there were some decisions, some things that I had to do this past year that really was only God, like directing me, and things that I thought I couldn't let go of. Like He just showed me that I can, and just really Him being faithful, like just knowing that He's there, and just knowing that as I pray, like I'm seeing those answers and how God is guiding me. So yeah, just in those tough decisions, like I just saw Him make a way, really like open that door and be like, this is your chance. And I'm thankful and I'm here and I'm growing and I'm learning. And so to me, that's what's happened in the last year.
I would say for me, it would be, I think God this past year had been asking me to do a lot of things and like make certain moves and make certain decisions and leave certain places and all of these things. And I think initially I'm like, how am I going to do that? Like, I get it that you want me to do it, but how am I going to do that? But in like being in the situation and knowing that He is faithful and that He's sovereign, so he has control over everything. I didn't have to do anything, right? All I had to do was be obedient. And He's like, you're going to leave this place. You're going to do this. You're going to do this. And all I had to do was say, okay. And then as He gave me little bits of information, then just take that step. And then also He showed me His faithfulness because in the situations, it was really big. It was really big moves that He was wanting me to make. Yeah. And showing me His faithfulness and me asking Him, because I was just like, what does that mean? You know what I mean? Like, what do I do? When is it coming? Or how will I know? And I just kept asking and asking and asking. And He was faithful, not only to get me out, but to communicate with me throughout.
Like
and
what's
tell me,
next
what's next? Like, calm down.
And
just giving me little pieces of information as I needed it in His timing and not mine.
That's good.
Yep.
That's good. Yeah. This one's weird. What is your favorite smell and why?
Whoa. What is my favorite smell? This is a weird question. The first thing that came to mind was like vanilla. I love the smell of vanilla. Okay. Like vanilla, we used to wear Splash back then, like back in the day.
Yes.
Vanilla scented things I really love vanilla scented things. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
When you said vanilla, it made me think green tea. Mm-hmm. There used to be this perfume. This might date me. But Elizabeth Arden had like green tea, perfume. And it was my favorite. And I remember me and my sister went to New York years ago. And we stayed at this hotel. And as soon as you walked in, I like recognized the scent because it hit you. And I was like, yeah, that's green tea. So that's a really like memorable smell. I don't know if they make that perfume anymore. But anyway, that's a good one. But I really like lavender as well. Yeah. Lavender is a nice one. Nice and soothing.
Yes.
So, okay, here's our deep question. When you are fearful or discouraged or hopeless, who or what brings you comfort and encouragement?
Oh, wow. Said fear, hopeless, and what?
Fearful, discouraged, or hopeless. Who or what brings you comfort?
So whenever I feel any of those things, I typically first, I talk to God about it. And that brings me comfort, just to be able to get all those emotions out.
Yeah.
I do that. And then I would say my default usually is like to start listening to worship music immediately. Just like to cut out the negative thoughts and just focus on something else. And then probably just talking to my boyfriend about it.
That's good.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'd say talking to God, just letting it out, whether it's eloquent or not, it doesn't matter. It's just that moment, just making sure my feelings, I'm letting him know. Like, hey, I'm if something happened, I'm fearful about it, I'm discouraged about it. And then I usually try to talk to my sisters. Just talk to somebody that you confide in, that can hear you out and give you some encouragement, remind you of like, hey, everything's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Music is also a big one.
It's so good just to cut the negative thoughts and focus on something else and like get the emotions out and just like, okay, let me put my eyes back on God. And you just worship through it because that's what the Bible tells you to do. It's a bad situation. You better worship through it.
Yeah, and exactly. And I feel like you can come in prayer and sometimes it's like you only have so many words or at the moment you're just like, I don't even know how to say this. But putting that worship music, it kind of helps you pray through that, right? So you hear that song, you hear those words, and it's like, oh yes, that's what God is, and that's what He's doing for me. And yes, that's how I feel, but there's a promise, and it kind of reminds you of all those things. So worship music is, is key and really good to just encourage you when you feel all those things, and sometimes you don't have the words.
Yeah. And I think for the both of us too, it's just like after, because you tend to talk to the people that are closest to you, so then like you immediately go to the person that you're in a relationship with or for your family, but then you start reaching out to your closest friends. But then we also, I think we're both good about like texting our friends and each other about like, yo, I need you to pray for me. I was like, I don't know what's going on. Sometimes I don't even know. Sometimes I don't say or whatever. It's just like, I need you to pray for me. And just like texting your friends and being like, yo, I'm going to need you to step up, prayer warriors, because it's rough right now,
Like I need it right now.
Yes.
I need it because something's happening tomorrow. Like whatever it is.
Let's go.
Just like let them know. You don't need to give the details, especially not the moment if you're not feeling it. Because there are moments when you're like, I don't have words right now.
Yeah.
But having those godly people around you, make sure. I mean, they're going to be willing if they love you and they love God. They want your well-being, right? So if you're feeling in a situation where you do feel any of these emotions, just say, hey, pray for me. I'm having a bad day. It's kind of rough. And they'll be there for you.
Yeah, it definitely makes a difference. All right, here we go. If you could vacation anywhere, where would you go and why?
That's a good one. I want to go to Spain.
Okay.
So that's a good one.
Cool.
So hopefully next year or two, I'd like to do that. But I don't know. I just want to travel. So
that's why.
that's one place. It's kind of on my list.
It's
a place I'd like to visit. And Italy is probably another one. Those just sound nice.
Yeah. Beautiful places. Definitely.
They have good food. Pretty.
Can't go wrong.
So
all great choices.
I don't need any more reasons to go, right?
It. No, you literally
y'all get it, right? Y'all get it.
Like, all right, you answer now.
You get it.
So I think for me, like as I was reading the question, the first one that came to my mind was Bali. Because Bali's beautiful. You see those huts, like, what I mean? And those, like, those resorts, like, they just look amazing. So I think I'd like to go to Bali.
Ooh, and Greece.
Yes. Oh, my God, Greece. Greece is beautiful.
Just when you said pretty, I was like, that's what came to mind, too. I was like, oh, it's so pretty there.
Yeah,
anyway.
Greece is beautiful.
Continue.
And I think, what was the other place? Iceland. It would be really cool to go to Iceland. Yeah. Those are the top two. I mean, I'd like to go to other places, of course, but
I have like 30 others.
Yeah, those are the two that, like, popped in my head right away.
Yeah, Ireland is another one, I think.
Oh, yeah.
It looks really pretty.
Oh, man, we might be here a while.
All right,
switching gears.
This episode is just about where we want to go.
This is a travel episode.
What's a weird fact you happen to know?
A weird fact that I happen to know. Do you have one on the top of your head? No.
Like elephants are pregnant for like a year or 2 years.
That's a weird fact.
And that's really long. But it's weird.
Yeah. Oh, hey, lobsters made for life.
Yes. So be someone's lobster.
She's your lobster.
She's your lobster.
I hope somebody got that reference. We're not going to tell you where it's from.
No, I'm sure you do.
That was good.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else. As soon as we stop recording, I'm sure something.
Yeah, we're going to think of like 10 things. We're like, oh my God, remember that? But I can't think of anything right now.
No.
So if y'all know any,
Yeah. Yell them in the car.
yeah, fill them in the car and send us a DM on Instagram and let us know a weird fact you happen to know.
Comment on the picture of this episode and put them in the comments.
Yeah. Okay, a little more deep here.
Here we go.
Share your 3 greatest desires in life.
Oh, wow.
Which is all, I mean, that's a big, there's a lot, you know?
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Okay. All right. Where did we get this from?
Daily Grace.
Daily Grace. All right. Jeez. The three great. Wait, what?
3 greatest desires.
3 greatest desires
in life.
3 greatest desires. The top 3, without really thinking about it, because it would take too long.
Yeah.
Number 1, I want to please God and live in purpose. Number 2, I would like to get married, and number 3, I would like to be a mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's very difficult.
Yeah, please God above everything else. I want to just continue to grow my relationship with God.
Yeah.
So that's my greatest desire, is just to keep getting closer to God and just grow in my purpose and ministry, whatever that is, but helping people in some way.
Yeah.
Get married probably, but I'm leaving that in God's hands. So
It's all in God's hands all the time.
So, if it happens, it happens. I guess we'll leave that out there.
Yeah, we'll just put it out there. All right, next. If you could choose one hobby to incorporate into your life today, what hobby would you take up and why?
Ooh, okay. There's a lot of hobbies out there. I guess cycling. It seems like a fun
cool.
hobby. It seems expensive though, but
after you buy the bike, when you're probably in the shoes, you're good. You made the investment.
It just seems like a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's practical for me.
Yeah.
But that's kind of cool. I'll read. That's still fine. But I think painting.
Oh, okay.
Painting.
That's cool.
Is probably one of I never really I kind of got into it in middle school. I didn't hone it in high school or anything. My siblings are all very good at drawing and doing all that. So I think I'd like to join them in some degree.
Right.
So, and it seems relaxing. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, maybe painting.
Okay.
And that seems more doable.
Yeah.
I can maybe do that.
You can do that. All right. Okay.
What about you?
I'm going to go with, I'd like to, a hobby, because I like sports, right? I don't like watching sports. Let me just be clear. I like playing sports. I think joining some sort of, volleyball weekend team, intramural, something.
The Y or something.
I mean? Yeah. Where you just have games every now and then. It's beach volleyball or regular volleyball. I don't know. That'd be cool. Because I always played basketball in school.
Okay.
I never got to play volleyball because for some reason it always happened at the same time. So I had to pick. I always picked basketball. So
that's funny.
That's what I would pick. I pick volleyball.
I like volleyball.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I did that in middle school. So.
Yeah.
I did a lot in middle school, I guess. Anyway.
It's not that deep. But it might be difficult to answer. What is your favorite story from the Bible and why?
That is a little difficult.
It is. Have you seen the book?
There's a lot of very good stories. A lot that I really like. I like Ruth's story.
Yeah.
I think that one, I wouldn't say it's one of the first stories you learn, right? Because you learn more Adam and Eve and all that stuff. But I think as I got older and I kind of learned more stories, and obviously being a woman, I was also interested in women of the Bible. And that was one that really stuck out when I first heard it. And just really interesting how she just kind of changed her life and made this commitment and decided to just serve God and then be obedient.
Yeah.
And just as I've read it over the years, again, it's just you learn something new all the time. And she's a very interesting person in the Bible. So it's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
anyway.
that's a good one. I would say that there's many stories in the Bible, and I'm really diving deep into Genesis right now, and I'm really enjoying it. But I think that generally, I really like Paul's letters.
Yeah.
So I just like how teachy they are and how he broke down things, and he was like, "You fools," blah blah blah.
He was straightforward.
He was so just direct with people and I think that the really because Paul is awesome.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I really like about Paul is that he never shied away from his past.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
He constantly brought it back up. He's like, bro, I know what I've done. I know who I was. You know who I was. I did this, and this.
Right.
But now I serve the one and only God. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I love that. I love how transparent Paul is. So yes, I would say Paul's letters generally. I just really enjoy that.
And I know there's one part too where he says I can boast about who I was too. like he had obviously a lot of negative because he persecuted the church before he became Christian.
Yeah.
But there's also the part of him who's like Jewish and very proud, like lineage and the whole thing, where
the Torah, man,
where he was like, I'm like elite.
Yeah.
Like I could boast about that and be real prideful and like be better than you, quote
Christian
unquote.
Awards, I would win one.
Yeah. You know? Yeah, exactly. And he goes off on this like, I can blah blah blah, like all these things that I am as a person that society accepts, but like none of that matters. You know, like it's all about Christ, and it's really, you see those two kind of things that he presents to you. Like he understands, like, I was a terrible person, but also like in the eyes of the world, I was all these really good things. But really, none of that matters. Whatever you look at, like, it doesn't matter. So he's a good one.
It's great.
So
yeah,
good one. Okay.
All right, that's it. That's where we're gonna leave it. We're gonna do a 2-parter, so we're gonna come back with another episode with more questions, and we hope you enjoyed this episode. And catch us next week.
Minute.
Yes, we hope you enjoyed this episode. Again, these cards are from the Daily Grace Code. They are conversation cards for Bible study, and we will link everything we mentioned in the show notes. Yes. So, as always, this is Fran.
This is Yadi.
We are the Midtown Misfits, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.